It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You were Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial.
I'm really not bothered about Town and Farlow now. Busy.
I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You were Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. Yeah. I just had to let you know. Give me that work and I can sell it. I put it on the line like I ain't selfish, nah. The story flip if I let you
It's
tell
fucking
it.
horrendous, Taylor.
Put my heart and soul in so you feel it. I ain't never faking, I'm the realest since Tupac in the imprisonment claiming his innocence.
Yeah.
Currently, I'm the greatest rapper in a sense. But any currency, I'm still guaranteed my wins.
Hey everybody, it's the Coach, and this is Monday Night Football on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got what should be an interesting matchup between the Los Angeles Rams and the Minnesota Vikings. I'll be back at halftime to look at some of these stats and scores from Sunday's action. But for now, it's Monday Night Football. And to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
As this crowd rolled into U.S.
I
Bank
need to take it
Stadium, they were
early as well.
bundled up. Jack.
I didn't get to sleep till 12. Sam and Aiden are still
The
here.
NFL season is hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. Fielded about a yard deep. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
One sec. I can't hear you. I'm turning this down. No, not you guys. Go on, Linz. What did you say? Lucy's what?
Line of
nice.
scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Yeah.
Now a give, right side. It's Phillips. And an
Does
early
Wayne know
how
who
do
he
you
is?
do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's 2nd down. Okay, there's a tone setter. First play from scrimmage, stuff him in the backfield.
You know what they were doing last night in the hotel room? Visualizing exactly that. That's what they were thinking about. Making that play, having leverage, lower than the offensive lineman, getting into the offensive backfield, knocking someone down. Just what you said, set the tone early for this game.
Jeez, you are fired up.
When I see a play like that, I can't help it.
Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
It's a gain of 11 and a 1st down, L.A. Thanks to that last play, a little more room to operate. 1st and 10 at the 18. To throw is gone. They'll find Everett there, complete. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation. 3rd and 2, gone. This is caught. It's Cooks. And he'll be brought down with the 1st down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march up another 15 against your squad.
Goff's throw here finds Woods. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. Todd Gurley, wave goodbye. Touchdown, L.A. Todd Gurley, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. You'd have to imagine for a team that's lost 3 straight games, scoring first in this first quarter has to feel pretty good.
It has to feel great for them, and also it's a nice signal to the rest of the team. We talk about complimentary football all the time. So they've now signaled to the defense, now signaled to the kicking game, hey, we're here to play in this one. We're going to do our part. Let's see if you guys will do the exact same, and we can break this losing streak.
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win.
There's nothing there, Todd. It's done. It's finished.
Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for everyone possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. That one a first down pickup of 8. They'll run on first down. It's Phillips. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Aaron Donald in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for it. And the pressure gets to him again. Aaron Donald in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. Here's Matt Wild now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation.
Go away. Go away.
It's taken to the 26. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay. Yeah. I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's 2 different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs? I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll make it 3rd and 13. So 1st and 2nd down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. Goff now to throw. He's got it at the 15. Touchdown, L.A. Cooper Kupp, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. As a former DB, you might not like to see them, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And out now come the Vikings. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Now Cousins, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Samson Abukum in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Well, that was their 3rd sack of the ball game. 2nd in the league in sacks coming into this one. They're planning on making it a race to the top, aren't they?
Absolutely. They're looking up at that. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
7 times in this game.
Aaron Donald. It's his 20th sack of the season as he continues what could be a record-setting campaign.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Rams are going to start this drive in great field position as they take over. Todd Gurley and the Rams offense set to take over. He's been effective so far, over the 40-yard mark here in the second quarter. Don't forget about those guys up front, though. They've been effective, too.
The leverage game has been in their favor. They've been the ones who've been able to bend their knees, drop their hips, and get a little bit lower than the guys on the other side of the football. And they've moved them out of the way for the runner.
Sometimes that's tough for those big fellas.
Not an easy thing for them to do.
On first down, it's Gurley. Sheds another. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20.
Down.
And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Todd Gurley.
You're 14-0 down.
Second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. Always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down at the top. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line.
Now, that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on first down. They're ahead of the chains now.
And this is going to be another first down as the tackle is going to be made at the Rams' 38-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. To throw is Cousins. Open man, once again, it's Thielen. 12 yards there, first down Vikings. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Cousins. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. They get 14 there, first down Vikings. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket.
He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown grab as they are now on the board here in the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, full half to be played. Jared Goff and the Rams headed back onto the field. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. Goff in the offense with a 1st and 10, and he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Gone. Working the middle here, that's complete to Everett, the tight end. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Here's Goff. He gets it to Gurley, complete. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. They run. It's Gurley. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown Rams. Todd Gurley as the first half is winding down. And the Rams tack on to their advantage.
Heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Elliott good on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And they'll have good field position here as he's out of bounds up at about the 34-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
We've got the weak ones.
Online, but off the crossbar, no good. A long-range effort didn't. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. The Rams going to get the football first here, and they look to build on their lead as the second half gets started. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. So here are the Rams to take over. They are trying to snap that 3-game losing streak on top so far with the football here, 1st and 10. The third quarter starts with a run by Gurley. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Following the penalty, it's Gurley. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
That'll be caught by Cup. An extra defender in this.
It's like a kid's one, isn't it? Yeah. It's like you've drawn that yourself. The front cover looks really professional.
Yeah, that's how I ordered it.
That's ridiculous.
Secondary for the Vikings here on third down. Back to throw. Goff. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. And now the ball's out, fumbled near midfield. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
The story behind it. She'll find it funny, I reckon.
On first down, Phillips. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They're having issues right now getting that running game going.
I wonder if maybe adopting some of the college run game would help here. Because we're still at that stage where you have a bunch of guys saying,
looking for his tight end Rudolph, and it's intercepted. John Johnson with the INT.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you get
under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Anthony Barr comes rumbling in for the sack. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Goff going to hand it to Gurley. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. And he's got the hook up here. It's Woods. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And now out comes Minnesota. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 12 yards there and a first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Check. Topper! Here we go. Bring the energy.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4.
I pressed it, you fucking nugget.
Aaron Donald in there for the sack, and it's an important one from a personal standpoint, as that is sack number 100 in what has certainly been a terrific career to this point. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. Off the play fake, Cousins. And that is incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. A good return there, 17 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Getting set to go again here on offense, Jared Goff trots back onto the field. How do you break down his game so far? Just the one touchdown pass, but sometimes the touchdown pass stat category, that doesn't tell the whole story.
It really doesn't. Not until you balance it with the error.
Touchdown, L.A. Gerald Everett, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. Oh, that's pretty impressive, Charles. It's one thing to be an elite speed wide receiver and have all that yards after the catch into the end zone, but from your tight end?
Yeah, you don't get that very often. What you're describing is more like a Tyreek Hill, a Devontae Adams, and Antonio Brown. You're not talking about a guy that lines up or can line up in line and look like an extra tackle on running plays. He took that bad boy downfield just like he was a scat back.
Before the game, he told me, I'm going to have a zinger or two today. And I was like, oh, a zinger or two? I guess that's a zinger, right?
That's a zinger.
Elliott good with a PAT. And that will shave one more off this lead. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how...
A big seam, and he might go all the way. And he is finally out of bounds across midfield at the 40-yard line. A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards. Before they can snap it, time runs out on this third quarter of play. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Cousins now to throw on first down. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Cousins now. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He's been one of their few bright spots here this afternoon.
And as you pointed out, so far he's gotten his. That's not been the issue at all. But the teammates, the other guys, they've been shut down. That's why the defensive guys have to feel pretty good, even though he's over 100 yards.
Yeah, he topped 100 with that last catch. Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make...
And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Dante Fowler make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Throwing his Cousins. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Marching in for the sack, Michael Brockers. The D brought the house. They called the blitz, and they get to the quarterback, overwhelming the O-line.
And I would love to know, and we'll find out later on, was that called before the play, or did they audible into it? Because defenses change plays as well as offenses. Sometimes they get the set they want. They go right to the blitz, and in this case, they nailed it. Got right to the quarterback. No chance on that fourth down.
From the 41, Goff. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
No.
Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now, and that's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25.
In the back, offense.
A little costly there. You wipe out the first down. You also move further back.
No doubt about it. So you went from moving the sticks to them staying in the same spot, except for that one guy carrying the yard marker. He moves back farther.
16 yards is the pickup there, and a first down for L.A. Well, I'm sure he likes this performance a little bit better than last week. He had the 3 interceptions here, none in the fourth quarter, and he's got his guys in front.
Guaranteed he put in a tremendous amount of work this week, but maybe the matchup is just better for him. Sometimes it just doesn't work out. It's almost like those golfers. Certain courses fit their eye, and they like what they see, and other courses, as soon as they tee it up, they know they have no shot. Maybe that's the difference for him. Last week, no. This week, a big yes.
One time. Tight end right. Hey, got three down.
Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be a third and about 13. So first and second down went the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. Now Goff. He's going to go for it all. And it'll be intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now they get a fourth quarter pick, a little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That was a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Big stop, let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Well, this play sequence was really kind of called in reverse. Incomplete pass on 1st and 10. Nice run on 2nd and 10 when probably everyone was expecting him to throw the football. Now, if you're the defense, what are they going to do on 3rd down? You're a little off balance.
They'll keep it on the ground. Phillips. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the 1st down marker was and getting there.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
I don't know.
So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Now this throw caught left side and able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Play action now. Cousins. Offense for them has been at a premium. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Adam Thielen. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. Bailey got the extra point, and that'll cut the lead back down to 21. So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. And the hands team for the Rams able to secure the football. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Another carry now for Gurley. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. So on the heels of the run by Todd Gurley, another 1st and 10. And they take a knee. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. And they'll indeed take a knee. The last 2 plays each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12. Goff with a kneel down here, and that should put a conclusion to this one. And that knee will do it. So they snap the losing streak. Always a good feeling.
Yeah, I don't know if this one right here, when they're taking a knee, is as much exultation as exhalation, right? They just breathe a sigh of relief. Finally got a win. Needed one desperately.